Hello and welcome to the introductory course on the Center for Resilient Leadership. I'm really excited to introduce you to what we're doing here. First off, I'll introduce myself. My name is Donna Volpetta. I'm an educator by trade. I have 4 kids and I have spent the last 7 years trying to create a model to help people understand the brain in order to make more mindfully resilient choices. It's been quite a journey, and I want to tell you a quick story from the beginning of that journey to sort of set the stage of where we're going here. 7 years ago, a friend of mine called me and said, "Donna, help, can we meet for coffee?" Met her for coffee and she said that last Saturday she had gone out to dinner with her husband and left her older son, who I think was 15 at the time, to babysit for their 2 younger girls. In the middle of the dinner, they got a call from their son that they could hardly understand what he was saying, and he told them they needed to come home. When they got there, the house was a mess. Their son was really angry and running around. Their daughters were sort of freaking out, and they came to find out eventually that what had happened was their son was a musician, very, very interested in music, and his iPod with all of his music had fallen into the toilet and been destroyed. It set him off. He got very upset, and his response to the situation ended up escalating. His father came home, yelling match ensued, and eventually he ran out the door. They live in the Northeast, and it was about midnight in January. He had no jacket on, he had no shoes on, and he was barefoot, and his parents hadn't known where he went. About an hour and a half later, they got a call. He had run about 4 miles to a friend of theirs' house, and they got a call that he was safe, he was okay. But she said, what do I do about this? What happens when my son loses control? What do I do? And I wanted to understand that. I wanted to understand how to help her. I wanted to understand, how do we make these choices and how can we build more resilience so that when we're responding to challenge, we can do it in more productive ways. That was the start of the journey many years ago. I have come a long way in that, and really what I set out to do was create a model that was easy enough for a 6-year-old to understand, but that could be applied to any situation. Could understand adolescents, could understand adults and leadership, and how to teach that resilience to others. So in the next few sessions in this free introductory course, I'm going to teach you about some of the concepts that I've brought together in that model. Those concepts are neuroscience, mindfulness, resilience, growth mindset, and leadership. Each of those is kind of a buzzword right now, which is kind of funny because as I set out to do it, they weren't buzzwords 5 years ago. And I'm going to teach you an overview of each of those and how they fit together in this introductory course, and hopefully give you an idea of how your brain works and how you can begin to make more mindfully resilient choices. Thank you for starting on the journey. I hope that you will join me for the whole ride. Thanks. Bye-bye.